You clean your bike after a ride. I already made a pre-wash. Welcome to AKMTB. This video is going to be about how you clean your bike in the bathtub, basically. But this works, of course, at any other places. But this is mainly for the bathtub. I already did a pre-wash on the car wash, so the bike is not super dirty, but I figured out that it's almost impossible to get it completely clean when you are at the car wash, or at least it's difficult to get it as clean as I want my bike to be. So for doing this, you need a filter to put where the water goes out, because you don't want the big dirt in your pipes. I'm using 3 tools for it. I'm using this one for the chain. I found it in my local building store. Then I need this brush and I need a sponge. So very basic stuffs. For cleaning agent, I use something called it's regular soap. This is a Swedish brand, but what's unique is with this one is that it's made with oil. It's made with pine wood oil especially, and the principle of this is that since this contains fat, fat takes away fat. So this will be really good to clean all the parts of your bike. It even works on the disc, but I wouldn't recommend you to clean your disc with it. But I have been putting it into the disc caliper and brake caliper without having any issues with the braking performance. So it's a good cleaning, especially for the chain and the moving parts. It removes all the oil, but it doesn't make it sterile clean. There's still lubrication in it, and this one is also giving you a small amount of lubrication, and it also gives a good protecting layer on your bike. First thing to start with, just get your bike wet. Start from the top, because the dirt's gonna fall down. Go into your saddle. Go into the brake to get the dirt out from there. Same with the other one in the front. Put a good amount of soap on your sponge. There's a rule to apply here. Either you start with your shock and suspension to make sure there's no dirt that are like coming on your suspension leg, because you don't want to scratch it though. Could be a good idea to use a specific sponge just for your suspension. So I work this in on all the parts of the bike, and then I turn it around and I do the rim. Next step is to get your brush a little bit wet and add soap on this one too. Now I'm going down to the pulleys, and I'm just putting it there. Get some new soap there. And get it on your chain and chain ring. Clean the sponge. Make sure there's plenty of water in the sponge for this step, and take it on your suspension legs and the leg of your fork. Same thing again, rinse the bike from the top to bottom. Give your brake plenty of water because it's easy that dirt gets stuck inside your brake and you want to get that dirt out. The next step is to turn your bike around. And now I'm also going to clean the drivetrain, so I'm not only turning the bike around, I'm also going to turn it upside down because it's easier for me to reach the drivetrain in that way. So the bike is upside down and it's time to clean the other side. To start with, I rinse it off with water. Same thing. Start in the top. Take the sponge. I start with the rim now. The reason for that is because it's already pretty dirty and I'm gonna clean it after this. Make sure that you have a clean rim, a clean sponge without any dirt, because if you have dirt on the sponge that might scratch the bike. So now it's time to clean the other side. Make sure you get inside the linkage. This is also a good opportunity for you to inspect your bike and see what's going on. Look for cracks, looks for scratches, looks for things that don't look as they're supposed to. And time for the brush again. Get soap on the brush. And I go for the jockey wheels. And clean the drive train even more. And now I go for the cassette. When you're doing this, be sure that there's nothing come after your disc, because this could be a little bit messy and it could go in every direction. So do it slowly and make sure that you are aware of where the dirt ends up. In this case it ends up over here, so it's fine for the disc rotors. Now it's time for this tool. These brushes are really hard and it's a really nice tool for the chain. I'm starting by putting some water on it. Then I put the soap there, plenty of it. And let it soak a little bit while I'm putting soap on the chain as well. Now I could clean the chain. First thing, I start with the bottom. Then I take it from the top. Then I take the sides. The other side. Get some more soap on it. And now I'm gonna do the jockey wheels one more time with this one, like this, and from the other side as well. Now I take the blue brush, put some soap there, and just brush your dweller up. Don't overdo this. There's no need to. Now my bike is clean, and the last thing to do is to rinse it off. That's it. Now you have a clean bike, and the next step is to wait for the bike to dry. I'll prefer the bike to dry by itself. You could of course take some cloth and dry it off, but I just wait for it to dry itself. When the bike is dry, I lubricate the chain, and I'm using a wax-based chain, specifically this one with a very nice name. That's it for now. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and keep your eyes open for more content to come.